Hey cruisers, I'm Sherry with Cruise Tips TV. Welcome back to our weekly vlog. We took last week off and it feels totally weird. I missed it. Don't like skipping vlogs, but I hope that you enjoyed our episode on the Ocean Medallion. We've had a lot going on lately. We did our Medallion vlog. We had our, oh my goodness, what else have we been doing? We had our last of our 10 Star Princess vlogs published last week, which was our sea day, and I hope that everyone enjoyed that. We've really enjoyed all of the comments. It was kind of sad and bittersweet to post our last vlog from that amazing journey because even though we've been off the cruise for almost 2 months, it was like this weird feeling of something kind of coming to an end. So thank you all so much for following along. It was an amazing journey and we really appreciate it. We have so much exciting stuff happening this year. We have been spending a lot of time as a family trying to think of ways to make this channel more fun and more special and more interesting for all of you. And one of the things that we did this week to get that started was to do our first giveaway. So hopefully you have seen our video on that. We've also posted it over on Facebook and Instagram and Twitter. So you can click on that link all the way up until January 29th to participate in our giveaway for a set of none other than, of course, some Shack packing cubes. Hope that you love them. They're a beautiful teal color. It was really hard to decide on the color, so we tried to find, I think it's something that we would enjoy, and I know that men and women alike can probably enjoy that particular color. Let us know how you like it. We are paying for this ourselves. We have not been sponsored by anyone, so please know that we love these cubes and we've used them ourselves and we feel really good about it. So that's a little intro on what's been going on for the last week. Let's talk a little bit more about what is coming in 2017. We hope to continue to work harder for you guys to constantly be improving the way that Cruise Tips TV is here to serve you. This is a stressful time of year often for people, right? It's after the holidays, finances can be tight. There's just so much going on in the world right now, and we're here to be an escape for you. This hobby is an escape for us too, and we want to make you smile, and we want to be thinking of new ways to reinvent ourselves all the time. And so often it's your suggestions that have helped us to reinvent our channel, so please keep them coming. We really appreciate it, and we really appreciate all of you, and we hope that you're having a wonderful 2017 so far. We kind of cringe when we watch some of our older material. You know, it's one of those things where we look back and we go, oh my gosh, we've changed so much, but we hope to keep getting better for you. Let's talk for a minute about our cruise gear channel. We haven't given up on our cruise gear channel. We've slowed down on posting over there just a tiny bit because, you know, as you can imagine, it's expensive. We buy all of the products that we demo over there. So that's something that we can't always do, especially this time of year. So we hope that eventually we'll be able to get some companies to send us some products to do demos on, but in the meantime, be patient with us. We'll try to keep to that every 2-week posting schedule if we can. We also are really hoping to add some new fun features to our Tuesday vlogs, the ones that you're watching right now. So hopefully you'll start seeing some fun new changes here soon as well. That's something that we are working on. And we also want to thank you all so very much for the massive amount of thumbs ups you guys gave us on our last vlog. We shared with you that YouTube has changed their algorithms and that thumbs up really help. And you guys totally Hulk smashed, as one of our subscribers said. You guys Hulk smashed the like button. We had something like 400 likes, and we want to thank you so very much for that. It really does help. The way that you can support us on YouTube is by hitting the thumbs up, leaving us a comment, and if you'd like to, hit the little bell for notifications. And everyone's always asking us how you can make Cruise Tips TV better. Simple things like that really do make a huge difference. We are also looking at ways to improve our website. The poor little website, we know that it needs something better, and we just haven't found that better yet because we aren't necessarily bloggers. So we're looking at improving that in 2017 as well. And if you have any ideas for our website, things you'd like to see there, please let us know. Can't promise that we'll make it happen, but we would certainly love to do that. Maybe even get some of our cruise gear product reviews over there, something like that. So that's a little bit of information there. Also want to thank all of you so much for following us over on Facebook and Instagram, particularly on Facebook, because when we first started posting over on Facebook, we thought that we were all alone there. It was like, hello, is anybody here? And now we're rapidly approaching 1,000 people following us on Facebook. And there's this really fun and cool sense of interaction that's happening on our Facebook page right now. And it's really super fun. If you are interested in something a little bit more simple, you know I'm always over on Twitter and Instagram working my little thumbs away on getting beautiful photos up on Instagram for you, quick updates up on Twitter. So if you're, looking for something a little bit more low commitment, Instagram is a very nice way to do that. If you're not ready for a Facebook type of relationship, come hang out with us over on Instagram and Twitter, and we will promise to keep you updated on what we are up to and try to give you lots of beautiful visuals to follow along with. So that is some of our fun housekeeping for this week, and we are going to try something new today where my husband and son are going to start asking me some questions from you guys, and there are sometimes going to be surprises, sometimes not, and I'm going to try to answer them on the fly. So I think my son is ready. Are you ready, sweetheart? Mm-hmm. You want to ask me my first question?
Uh-huh.
Okay, speak up, okay?
Bethany Mayer asks, have you tried the Walmart beauty boxes? They're only once a season, but they're great. Smiley face.
Cool. Bethany who?
Mayer.
Bethany Mayer asks if we've tried Walmart beauty boxes. Is this on our Cruise Gear channel, honey?
Yeah.
Okay, so somebody on our Cruise Gear channel wants to know if we have tried Walmart beauty boxes.
Wait.
No?
I don't know.
I think it's on Cruise Gear.
It's the Target Beauty Box men's one.
Okay, yes. So that's on Cruise Gear. Okay. Yeah. So as some of you may know, on our Cruise Gear channel, we do unboxings every couple of weeks. We do either a Target beauty box or a Birchbox beauty box. And one of our subscribers wants to know, apparently, Bethany, right? If we do Walmart beauty boxes, I've actually been really curious about those, and Bethany's saying that they're seasonal, so no, I don't try them, Bethany. I'd love to try. Maybe because of you, I will order one now. So thank you very, very much for that suggestion. And good job, son.
Thanks.
Thumbs up to you. Nice.
Hopefully you do it. Hopefully you order one.
Yeah, I will order one. I think I will. Thank you, son. It is a good idea. Thanks, Bethany. Thank you, son. So let's talk a little bit about one little thing I forgot to mention in the beginning of the video. You all saw our Ocean Medallion episode. Princess is going to be the first set of cruise ships to get the Ocean Medallion, but it's a Carnival Corp type of thing. Wanted to let you know that I did make an error in the video about the fact that the Medallion stores your information. The Medallion does not store any information on it. So it's just a little device that, that you're going to hold on to. But if you were to lose it or something, it would have no personal identifiers or information on it. Just want everyone to know that. And also, there's another fact that's kind of up in the air right now, and that is whether or not that Ocean Medallion is mandatory. In the first set of news releases I read that it was not mandatory, and then later on, when I read the Q&A from Princess on their press releases and on their press portion of their website, I think it is going to be mandatory, but I think you'll get a new one for every sailing. So if you're going to be sailing on one of those ships, I'm pretty sure that that is going to be required. So wanted to make sure I let you all know about that. We're going to go ahead and get started and have you guys help us out with some subscriber questions that we actually don't have a lot of answers for. And as usual, they're, like they normally are, they're on ports that we've never visited before. So let's go ahead and help Roby004, who's planning a 15-day transatlantic with Norwegian, on some port ideas for, and there's a lot of ports here, you guys, so listen up because this is going to take me a minute, Orlando and the beach areas. Now we're going to go over to Bermuda. So this one sounds like we're going to go from Orlando all the way over to Europe. Okay, so Orlando, Bermuda, a few places in Spain. So Seville and Cadiz and Gibraltar, which is technically in the UK, but is at the tip of Spain. Granada, back up in Spain, and in Barcelona. So what good excursions can Roby004 do at the ports, and what is good to do on that ship? So that's the Norwegian Epic. Would love any of your suggestions in the comments below, please. I'm not sure how to say this username, but I think it's Foundware. Wants to know if we have shore excursion recommendations for St. Thomas. So we're going to the Caribbean now. Puerto Rico, Amber Cove in the Dominican Republic, and Grand Turk. I will say, Foundware, that a couple of resources you might want to check out. I don't know if you're into podcasts, but I've heard some really good port reviews lately on 2 podcasts. One of them is Tommy's podcast called Always Be Booked, and also Matt over on the Royal Caribbean blog has some killer entire episodes dedicated to port reviews, so you should go search those for always be booked. I heard his on Puerto Rico, and it's really excellent. And he tells you some things you can actually do in San Juan right off the ship, like walking distance. I think the fort might be one of those. So be sure to listen to Tommy's podcast if you haven't already for that one. Now we're going to move on to some other questions this week. The first one is from one of our loyal followers here on YouTube and over on Facebook, Jonjalyn. Jonjalyn wants to know what to pack for a flight to a cruise. And I started thinking about this, Jonjalyn, and what I want to do is I want to make an entire episode for you. When I tried to sort of brainstorm out some bullet points for this vlog, I figured there's just no way we can do it fast enough. So I'm going to go ahead and film a regular episode on how to handle packing if you're flying to your cruise. And I know that it requires you packing lighter, watching your liquids, all of that stuff. So stay tuned. Give me some time. I will do it as quickly as I possibly can. Next question comes from Harps and Hens. This is exciting. They are going on their 40th anniversary cruise on Ruby Princess California Coastal. And the first question they have is if there's afternoon tea. And yes, there should be afternoon tea on pretty much every Princess ship, 3:30 in the afternoon on sea days in the dining room. Look at your Princess pattern, but you can almost always guarantee that that will happen. Harps and Hens has another pretty in-depth question about the dining rooms. You should not, just to kind of summarize this question here, you should not have to make a reservation if you have anytime dining. Anytime dining means you just show up to the dining room. Now, if they'll let you make a reservation, maybe a standing reservation on day one of your cruise with the maitre d' when you first get on the ship, you might actually kind of like that. But as for you having to make reservations every single night, I don't think you have to do that. It doesn't work that way. And the second part of your question was, what should you wear on Ruby Princess to dinner? We get asked this question a lot. There's a lot of variance in what people wear to dinner on cruise ships. You will see people wearing anything from nice jeans, so nothing with tears or holes in it, but nice jeans, something that you might wear to your job if your job allowed you to wear jeans, right? With a nice top. It could be a sweater, a blouse. For a man, it could be a polo shirt. It could be a button-up shirt. It can even be a nice t-shirt on regular nights. Now, that was just the lower end of the spectrum. So you're going to see on normal nights, non-formal nights, anything from jeans to dresses, men in slacks. You'll see a few ties here and there on normal nights, but not very many. To give you an example, I wear sundresses almost every night on a cruise on the casual nights. Maybe throw a sweater over the top. And sometimes I even wear like flip-flop sandals into the dining room. Nothing I'd wear by the pool, but nothing super dressy. That's for women. My husband on cruises, even on Princess, which we consider a little more upscale, he will wear anything from like a jean or a khaki pant. I don't know if khaki is that an outdated word, honey? Khaki pants? Like, you could even wear like almost like skinny jeans. I know that sounds really dorky, but a chino type pant for a man, just a nice pant is probably okay. With anything from also a nice t-shirt all the way up to a button-up collared type shirt. You really don't have to go too crazy. We see lots of dress shorts and Hawaiian shirts in the dining room on Princess as well. Let's talk about formal nights. Formal nights for men. If you don't want to dress up, you can always go to the buffet. Keep that in mind. But you could easily get away with dressing as casually for a man as nice pants and a shirt with a tie. Or you could wear a tuxedo, a sport jacket, anything kind of on that kind of side of dressing. For women, you're going to see anything from a simple little black dress all the way up to ball gowns. I usually wear cocktail dress types of things. So it may be like a dress that I maybe buy in the formal wear department at Macy's, or I might pick it up at a discount store somewhere. You'll see sleeveless, you'll see long sleeve, you'll see all kinds of different things. So think of what you would wear maybe to a wedding would be a good frame of reference for what you might wear on formal nights. I hope that helps you. I know that you have a lot of questions about that, but please don't worry. I know that you said that you were really concerned about it, and we hear that a lot. People get very concerned about what to wear on a cruise. You don't have to pack something different for every night. You can re-wear your dresses. Try not to worry too much about it. And if it's giving you anxiety, send me a private message and I'll really try to help you through this, I promise. But great question. Joseph Pins has a question for us this week. Planning a trip in March 2017 on Carnival Inspiration, which leaves out of Long Beach. And they have 3 kids, 10, 13, and 16, and want to know what they should do before the cruise. And I thought of some ideas for you, Joseph. I think you guys would have a blast going to Disneyland. Another secret down in that area is Knott's Berry Farm. I hear that teenagers, once they get a little older, really love Knott's Berry Farm. It's a blast. It might even be a little bit more expensive, and it is not to be ignored or missed. I have a lot of friends that spend a lot of time there, so check it out. If the weather is good, go to the beach. There are so many beaches in that area. If you have lots of time in the LA area beforehand, consider taking a day trip, maybe a little bit south or a little bit north. You could go as far north as Santa Barbara, which is about 90 minutes north, and have a wonderful day there. Or you could go down to San Diego. You could go to some of the cool beach towns along the way on a trip down to San Diego. You could even take the Amtrak in either direction. So there's a ton to do. I hope that that helps you. We also have a few tips this week to share with everyone. We love it when people notify us about some tips that they have for fellow cruisers. And we had a really good one from Karen Byers, who's over on Facebook. Karen's a part-time travel agent and had something funny happen to her on one of her more recent cruises. She said, "Don't leave your do not disturb sign on the shelf outside your cabin. Someone else can put it on your door." So a lot of times when you're on a cruise, they'll have those little hanging signs that say, "Clean up my room," or "Do not disturb," and they can be flipped over. And there's a little spot outside your cabin that you can leave it sitting there. What she's saying is don't leave it outside because some kid may be running by and like put the DND sign on and you won't get your room cleaned. So we really appreciate that tip. Store the card inside your stateroom for safety. We were also contacted by a couple of folks over on YouTube that have a YouTube channel called Cruising with Wheels. And we're really excited because we're often asked about tips for people cruising with disabilities. And we have an official YouTube channel here for you guys that you could check out. One of them is in a wheelchair, and their channel focuses on cruising with handicap accessibility and all the things that you may need to learn about. So you will find videos on ship accessibility, cabin tours, ship tours, shore excursions, and vlogs, and lots of other useful info videos. So check out Cruising with Wheels if you are interested in learning a little bit more about that. And thank you so much for getting in touch with us. I hope I didn't miss anything. Honey, can you think of anything I missed today? I feel like we had a lot to talk about. I think I might have forgotten to say thank you so much to all of you guys for helping us get to 10,000 subscribers. How could I forget to talk about that? We had set a goal that maybe by Christmas of last year we wanted to be at 10,000. We weren't quite there yet and we thought it would never happen. But shortly after the new year, we reached that goal and it meant so much to us. So thank you all so very much for following along with us, sticking with us, and truly being the nicest group of people on YouTube. I cannot tell you how much we appreciate all of you, the kind comments that you leave for us, the suggestions. We are just so full of gratitude. Thank you for watching. If you like this video, please be sure to leave us a thumbs up, leave us a comment or some suggestions or questions in the comments below. Hit the little bell if you want to be notified about our videos. And until next time, we'll see you on the high seas. Bye.
Cruise around the week.
Hey, click me to subscribe. Hi. Crazy little monkey.